Hey everyone. So today I wanted to touch more on nutrition. As we know, nutrition is the hardest aspect of the journey because we deal with it from the moment we get up to the moment we go to bed. We are faced with changes in plans, we are faced with temptations. People don't understand where we're at in our journey and what our goals are. And it's something we continually struggle with because food can be used as either something to mask something or in celebration. So food is everywhere, every day, and we can't get away from it. It's when you can start to look at food as fuel towards your workouts, and you truly want to eat those foods that are going to put you closer to your goals. And it doesn't mean that I'm asking you to restrict and totally banish your favorite foods or treats. Like if you are someone that loves ice cream and you're like, I can't give up ice cream, I'm not telling you to give up ice cream. I am just saying that you have to start to possibly consider the whole everything in moderation. There's that balance. There's that 80-20 rule where if you can stick to your nutrition plan 80% of the week, you have that 20% to play with, to enjoy life, to not feel guilty if you do have that one extra something that you know it's not the best for you, but you still got to live. We're all human. We all have those moments. I have those moments too. So it's really finding that balance. And it typically takes at least 3 months of consistent behavior of finding that balance, going in moderation, not depriving yourself when the habits truly can change over to healthier ones. So you have been given amazing tools, like I said yesterday, and this Beachbody blog is going to be your go-to source for everything. This is what I use every single day, every single week when it comes to finding the right foods that fit my plan, when it comes to thinking what I'm going to plan for the week ahead, meal planning, all that good stuff. There are 2 areas of this Beachbody on-demand blog that are your go-to places. So I wanted to show you those really quick and obviously give you enough time between now and when we begin on Monday to dive into it, become familiar with it, really figure out how you can start strong. So this is within, so if you're up here on the tabs, you want to go underneath programs and then click on 21-day fix hub. So this is the first location you kind of want to check out. No matter what program you are doing, majority of all the programs right now are incorporating the container system. Don't be intimidated by them. They're not meant to intimidate. They're only meant to educate. And you have to just strictly look at them as measuring systems. You know, it's not meant to deprive you. It's not meant to say you can't eat that because it doesn't fit in the container. You can eat what you normally eat. It just puts it in the right portions for you, because biggest problem today is we're eating way past our means and our limits. And that's why we can't reach our goals or even maintain our goals. So yes, you're not going to be using them for the rest of your life, but you need to commit to them for at least the first month. Get used to them. Use them as much as you can daily. Meal prep with them. Measure things out, because the more you use them, the more you're going to be able to start eyeballing foods when you're out to eat, you're on vacation, you don't have them in front of you. You're going to start to see your food in colors almost, because as you will come to see, every color stands for a different food category. And it's just going to become easier over time. But you need to have that discipline in the beginning to get used to them, give them a try. Know that you're probably going to fail, but use that failure as a lesson and a learning point and continue moving forward. Don't give up. So you have tons of tools right here in the hub. So based on what your nutrition guide says in your program, you're first going to want to fill out your calorie bracket. Answer the questions they ask you, figure out what calorie bracket you fall into, so you know how many containers you're allotted in a day. The beauty of the containers is that they are meant to kind of put you within a certain means. If you go at least a container or 2 over your count or a container or 2 under your count, you're still going to reach your goals. You know, it's when you start doing that consistently, you go over, stay under every single day, and you're not truly sticking to that number at least 4 or 5 times out of the week, you know, you're going to have to start to tweak that, because nutrition truly defines everything. Your workouts build the muscle, but your nutrition totally defines your body and what you want it to become. So based on where you're going to fall, you have ways to track and what you're doing on a daily basis. There is this tracker app that is on the App Store. Unfortunately, it's not available on Android, but I saw that there are similar ones you could download if you have an Android phone. But everything is right there, so you can basically, as you go throughout your day, subtract from your container count, so you know by the end of the day what you have left, what you can still eat, and where you can tweak it the next day. If you go over, say today, you go over 2 yellows. Yellow is carbs. Well, then maybe tomorrow I'm going to omit 1 carb from my plan so it balances out between the 2 days. So hopefully that makes sense to you. You can also print out the container tracking sheets. I've done this, and I usually print it out on the weekends, and I post it to my refrigerator, and I mark it off as I go along the day. And I don't really plan towards the containers when I meal plan on the weekends. I just make what I know is clean. I stick to a clean, healthy mentality. And as I'm going throughout my day, usually by midday, I can tell, okay, I'm already 1 container away from my yellow containers for the count. I have 4 more greens I have to get into my diet. So come dinner time, I know how much or how little I can eat. And if I even have extras over, then that's just a special snack in the evening. But don't be alarmed if you get pushed into a higher calorie bracket, because food is fuel. You have to trust in the process. And based on where your body is at and what your goals are, if that's where it's placing you, start with at least the first month in that plan. If by the end of the first month you aren't happy or satisfied, then we can tweak. If you've been in the 12 to 1400 calorie bracket for at least 2 or 3 months, you've plateaued, you're not seeing results, then you need to bump up to the second or third bracket. As scary as that sounds, and you're probably thinking, well, why am I adding more food when I can't even lose where I'm at? It could be because your body is in starvation mode, and you need to kick the furnace back on. You need to keep that metabolism going, and based on your body composition, you need to eat more to reach those goals. So trust in the process. Also down here, this is another beautiful location. So this is what I use every weekend. You have this meal planner worksheet. This is another option too. If you want to print this out, you can print it out once, put it in one of those plastic like slip containers you put in binders, use a dry erase marker, and use it daily. Erase it by the end of the day so you know what you have to do each day. But this is another tool that's in there you can print out. But this is the meal prep. This is what I do every weekend and how I keep it simplified. Right now, where I am at in my journey, I am eating within this 18 to 299 calorie bracket. So I typically go in here because I know that the containers are going to be specific to that bracket, no matter what program you're in. And I go to here for ideas. So for instance, I click on this country heat meal prep. If you are just starting out, this is what I recommend to make it a little more easier for yourself. The first week you're doing this program, follow this to a T. Get familiar with it, because it basically takes the guesswork out of everything. It's going to tell you what containers you're allowed, and it should match up with what the booklet says, the program you're doing. It tells you what you're eating every single day for every meal, every snack, and it basically rotates on and off. So yes, it's a little repetition the first week, but it's just to get your feet wet. It's to take the pressure off of you and really figuring out what you have to eat. It tells you exactly what you need, how much you need of it. You obviously can go on Amazon or wherever and purchase these prep containers, or you can cook in bulk if you want to try that. If you're someone that doesn't like to cook ahead of time, then that's okay. But just have the ingredients on hand. This is what you're going to shop for. This is what you need in your house so you can rock it for the week ahead. It breaks everything down, how to meal prep it all together. And then at the end of it, it even gives you a grocery list, you guys. So you print this out, you take it to the grocery store, you're good to go. And then there's a step-by-step plan to assemble the meal prep. So if you choose to take Sunday, for instance, to totally knock it all out, get everything cooked and put together. So Monday through Friday, you don't have anything to think about. You can grab and go. They give you the step and the play-by-play to do it. That's it, you guys. And then after the first week of doing this, whatever one I choose to do, then I just tweak it. For instance, I know for breakfast, let me see, where is it? They have a hard-boiled egg, they have turkey bacon, they have sauteed spinach, oatmeal, and apples for one breakfast. So this is a protein. This is a protein. We have a green, we have a yellow, and we have a purple. So for oatmeal, I could switch that out one day and I could do my other hash, my sweet potato and apple hash. So I would still include the eggs. I probably wouldn't have any bacon with it. I could do bacon on the side if I wanted still, but I can include my sauteed spinach along with onions, and I could still include my apples, and then still, instead of my oatmeal as my carb, I can use sweet potatoes. And so then I'm just tweaking what is already set there, and I continue doing that on a weekly basis. I am very routine. I typically cook the same breakfasts and lunches, and I rotate on and off to keep it interesting. But dinners are the one thing that I don't really mess with, because it's the one meal a day that my entire family eats, and they may not necessarily be on the same plan that I am on. So I cook a great, healthy, clean meal. I make sure that I have a protein, I have a green, and I have a complex carb. And if it puts me a container over or under, I'm okay with that, because I still know that I'm eating clean, and it still falls within my goals, and I just have to tweak it for the next day. So I always plan my dinners first. I always place my Shakeology and a snack, and then it's just about adding in a second snack of the day and then figuring out my breakfast and lunches. But this is how I do it, you guys. This meal plan option is incredible and a great starting point. Then you want to go into workout programs, and you want to head into Fixate. So after you figure out your calorie bracket, you know how many containers you're allowed in a day, you print off your tracking sheets, you start to think about some recipes to cook. You can go in here for many additional recipes to your plan, and they always include the container count. They have a quick start guide in here to help you better understand the portion control. They have all the Fixate grocery lists in here to go along with all of these videos, so you can print it out and take them with you. They have the recipes to go with them as well. And even with the recipes, as you will come in, they're always updating this too, you guys. They always include the container count, so you know you don't have to think about it. Well, how much is really in this ahi and avocado quinoa sushi? So takes the guesswork out of it. It's all right there. But what I really want you to watch, if this is your first time through, is check out the foundational video section. Your homework between now and when we begin is to watch Containers 101 and to watch Pantry Raid. Those are the two main ones. Containers 101 basically breaks down how to use the container system. I will tell you the one thing she does not mention, and that is a correct portion within a container. To make it a correct portion, the lid of the container must be able to be snapped on. You can't have overflowing strawberries piled up, even though they're still all balancing in that container. You're well over your means of the purple. So as long as they fit in the container, chopped up or whole, and you can snap the lid on, then it counts. For instance, though, if you have foods that you want to keep in whole form, for instance, asparagus spears, you want to have the whole asparagus, look towards your guidebook in your plan. Typically, those types of foods, they will tell you there are 10 spears of asparagus equals 1 serving. So look towards that as well. Pantry Raid breaks down what staples you may want to start keeping in your house to maybe take what you are used to and just making healthier options. For instance, instead of white pasta, start to bring in good grain pasta or whole wheat pasta. Instead of white table sugar, then maybe consider coconut sugar or use maple syrup to sweeten your foods. This is the type of stuff she talks about and really is insightful. It doesn't mean you have to totally wipe out your pantry and put all these foods in. There's stuff that you can start to implement over time and just have staples in your house. It definitely took me a couple years to get to the point that I'm at. And I was actually pretty proud when I did see this video for the first time. I had many of the foods that she talked about, and I've even made other choices and changes since I've seen the video. So a lot of great tips in there. If you are a person that wants to tackle meal prep, you want to get better at it, then there are these 2 meal prep videos that Autumn goes through. One basically shows you how to meal prep and basically assemble everything for the week. And the other is to meal prep and basically cook in bulk and then keep everything in bulk. And as you go throughout the week, you take from certain containers to create a meal. So those are 2 great videos as well. So that is your homework between now and when we begin. Check out these videos and foundational videos at Fixate. Take a look at the recipes, maybe have fun this week, and try one new recipe into your plan to mix it up and try something new. And then also within the blog, see if I can get back there, check out the programs, 21 Day Fix Hub. And everything is there, all of your tools. You can print out your tracking sheets. You can download the app. You can check out sample meal plans. There's recipes in there and more worksheets. So everything you need is here, you guys. More great articles too. So don't hesitate to reach out. If this is totally overwhelming and consuming, let me know. But great resources right here at your fingertips. Comment below with any questions you may have. If you have a recipe that you really love, you want to make it healthier, let me know too. But this is your go-to resource. Everything is here, you guys. So let's keep it going along in this prep week, and I will be back to check in with you tomorrow. Have a good one.